been another horrible day, but it has prompted me to think about the very emotive subject of motivation. Can you motivate someone, or is it just pure bullshit? Let's get into it. So motivation, is it a real thing? Can you motivate people, or as I said, is it just it? It's a tough one, because I think one of the biggest industries around is the personal development industry, and something that focuses on a lot is motivation. You hear about motivational speakers, life coaches, etc., etc. And I'm not necessarily going down that road, but I am referring to the whole kind of concept of motivation. And I think I personally think it's quite a sort of perhaps a misunderstood or misrepresented concept, because with motivation, the idea being is that I don't feel very motivated today, and that kind of thing, as in you're feeling a bit flat, like I have done the last few days. And there's going to be a reason behind that, whether it's sort of a psychological thing or is it a physical thing. There's something that's making you unmotivated. Oh, I should frame that better. So thinking that way, that getting something or somebody to motivate you, firstly, it puts the reason for the lack of motivation outside of you. It's an external thing to you. And secondly, it sort of therefore relieves you of any kind of guilt or blame or anything like that. It's not my fault I'm not motivated, it's for reason X. If I fix reason X outside of me, external to me, then everything will be fine. And I think this also now touches on perhaps a bigger subject of, I think, just personal development in general, how it's a tricky balance between what is external and what is internal, because I truly believe that 99%, if not everything, that is preventing you from being motivated and also preventing you from growing as a person to whatever level that you want to be, is actually internal. It's not external. It's all here and the sort of the mix of the two. And so when you think, okay, I'll go to for example, I'll go to a Tony Robbins event, and that's going to motivate me to do whatever it is, start the business, lose weight, whatever that is. You're already removing that blame on yourself for not doing the thing, and you're saying, well, if I get external, i.e. Tony Robbins, go to that will fix the problem, and then we're good to go. And I think this is where fundamentally the problem lies, because I truly believe that you can't motivate people. You can motivate people perhaps very, very short term, as in kind of get people rallied up and get kind of really to do things, but from an actual realistic point of view, you can't. And so what happens is you go to an event, whoever it may be, and you take motivation, or you get information or whatever it is, techniques, something, and that kind of fires you up immediately. So you leave that event, you're like, yes, I'm going to do this. I'll be getting up early, I'll be doing yoga every day, I'm going to start that business, I'm going to implement these marketing techniques, whatever the event was for. And if you then do that thing that you said, brilliant, rock and roll, you're off and you're flying. However, what often happens is at the event you're in this sort of beautiful atmosphere full of high energy and motivation, to be honest, and everyone's in the same mindset. But then as soon as you come home, whether it's if you've gone for a weekend or just a day, as soon as you come home back into sort of your normal life, it's so very easy to then fall back into your normal life and do the things that you were doing, even though you've learnt these great techniques, these great systems, whatever it may be, at the event. As soon as you come back, you know the knowledge, but you're not implementing it. Or if you do implement it, it's likely you'll implement it just for a little while. So why is that? What's because you were sort of motivated over that day, over that weekend at that event. So therefore, if you're now motivated, why aren't you then continuing with it? And I said, speaking from personal experience, what I've found, and this come to the massive realization I had very recently, is that the reason we don't do things in life is often because we're not particularly interested, we're not ultimately passionate about it. So you're more likely to, if you taking a real everyday example, if you love a certain TV show, you'll kind of rush home from work to watch it, or you'll stop a telephone call because the show's on, and that kind of thing. You'll make an effort to watch it. Whereas if it's something like vacuuming the house, particularly I'm speaking personally, and if it comes to vacuuming the house, not something that perhaps you're particularly interested in or passionate about, so you may do it, but you'll sort of maybe do it a little bit later, or you won't kind of make special time and drop everything to do it. But generally it's not sort of high in your priorities of interesting things to do. So extrapolating that out to kind of other things, if you are not doing something, it's likely it's because you don't want to. It's as simple as that. That's the bottom line. But you think, well, I want to make more money, so I've started this home business, I've started in network marketing, and I just don't have the time to do it because blah blah blah. Well, ultimately, and this is my sort of realization, is that thing, it's not so much I want more money to go on holiday, to pay some debts, to put my kids through school, whatever the reason is, but that particular business, or whether it's the product or the service, whatever, is something you're not particularly interested in or passionate about. You may say you are to friends, family and other people in the company, and just generally on social media about, oh, this is the best thing ever. But if you're ultimately not passionate about that, it's going to be easy to find excuses that you don't have enough time, or your business is, you haven't got enough money or resources or the right camera to record videos, whatever it may be. If it's something that you're not passionate about, it's very easy to find excuses to not do it, even if the reason you want to do it is real. You do want to make the money, or you do want to ultimately learn to cook, but you're not practicing, you're not sort of doing the online YouTube cooking course. Why not? Because you're not passionate about it, or that particular method is not working for you. And this is something I think so many people do not realize, and do not come to this realization, that it's not necessarily that making money's wrong. That's fine. It's not that network marketing's wrong. It's not that affiliate marketing, e-commerce, drop shipping, all of that, all good in their own right, fine. What's not right is the thing that's not right for you. That's the problem. That's the fundamental problem. And no matter how much motivational material you watch, read, attend, if the thing you're doing is not something you're passionate about, you'll be initially motivated and then it will drop off again, because you don't care. Ultimately, you don't care about it. And that is a huge realization I came to recently. You know, I thought I was passionate about some things, and I suppose in some ways I am, but that's not the real thing. It's not. That's almost like the end product of my passion. My passion, that I've come to realize, is helping people realize and something they want to do, their passion, and then take advantage of that. It's kind of empowering people to do what they truly want to do, and then helping them kind of max that out. Now, with my knowledge of marketing, that's now kind of sits together, because I'm now thinking, okay, whatever it is, whether you're a hairdresser, whether you're a beauty consultant, or you like knitting, whatever it may be, if that's your true passion, and you want to take that further and make a kind of living out of that, and make that your job, then that's the sort of thing that I can help and discuss and kind of explore and take it to kind of a next level. That's my passion, of working with people to do that. And because of that, and basically my passion has come from not seeing boundaries, not seeing anything that would stop you. It's always, well, how hard can that be? It can't be that. If that person could do it, I could do it, or you could do it. So not seeing any boundaries is a huge kind of passion of mine. And so applying that to people who've got an idea, bang. I may not be passionate about knitting, but I could definitely help and talk and meet with you and discuss how you could take that knitting idea and turn it into a massive global business, just through different techniques, things like that. And that's my passion. That's what I'm truly passionate about, is seeing other people succeed with something that they truly care about. And so the point of all this, bringing it all the way back to the motivation thing, is that, is motivation a real thing, or is it shit? So I think ultimately motivation itself obviously is a real thing, but I don't think you can motivate someone to do something if they don't ultimately want to do it. And this is almost the same as, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Same with people who've got addictions. Unless they want to give up that addiction, you can't get them to do it. You can't motivate them to do it. And that's the same with this, and the sooner we as people realize that and are truly honest with ourselves about, am I actually truly passionate about this thing I'm doing? Am I doing it for the money? Or am I, is there another reason I'm doing it that's not because I'm passionate about it? And then if you realize that and are honest with yourself about it, then that's where, and then you can decide, well, this is not working. And that's also reason often why certain things aren't working in your business, because you're not passionate about the service or the product, and people can feel that. They feel that you're just doing it for a business. And it doesn't matter who you say you're passionate about. It doesn't matter who you say how much you're passionate about it to, and how much you post about it and all of that good stuff. If you are not honest with yourself truly, then don't change it. Cut your losses and change it. Change to something else, particularly if it's network marketing, because if you're not passionate about it and you're not getting great results, find a company or a product, more importantly, product or service that you are passionate about, that does, sort of sit better with you. And if you can't, you can't. That's fine. I personally 100% believe in the business model of network marketing, but I haven't found a product that I'm passionate about. So I'm not in a network marketing company at the moment. I haven't found that thing that just fires me up, because if I went in with some other company because it's the new thing, or it's in pre-launch and all that jargon, then I'd be doing it for all the wrong reasons, and that wouldn't come across well, and etc, etc. And so many people jump on things because it's the new thing or their friends have told them about it, and it ultimately won't work because they're not truly passionate about it. And that's the bottom line. And it may sound a bit preachy, I know, apologies, that's not my intention, but finding out what you're passionate about and then taking that and kind of working it forward is a stronger and more fundamental way of getting a solid business and a solid kind of results from that business. So there we go. So that's my kind of semi-rant ish, but you know, I wanted to make this about sort of motivation. You know, it's an interesting subject, and so many people have sort of asked me to go and talk to their team to motivate them because they're not particularly doing well. And you know, it's hard to turn around and go, well, if they're not doing well, I can't motivate them to doing well. If they want to do it and they don't know how to do it, completely different subject, but I can't motivate them into doing something. Yeah, there we go. Right, so thank you so much for watching. If you've got some value from this, I'd love you to smash that like button so it's nice and blue, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. I really do appreciate it, and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm releasing a new video. And hopefully tomorrow's going to be a better day. And so for now, thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.